anyone can play instruments.
That album is so good, it is not even funny.
His voice is insane. Happy Monday.
This week, we decided to do something different. Me and Tady, if you haven't noticed on our channel, we love boy bands. We have been through every phase of the boy band you've ever even imagined. And we were like, you know what? Why don't we tier list rank them? Me and Tay love to rank everything. So we're like, you know what? We just have to do this, and the tier lists are the easiest way. So we're going to rank Big Time Rush, One Direction, Why Don't We, BTS, New Hope Club, In Real Life, CNCO, pretty much, the Vamps, and the Wanted. And we're going to rank them in the categories superior, which means there's nothing better. End of story, like that's God tier. Then there's fire, meaning like they make bangers, period. A damn good time. Then you have pretty solid. They're not bad, they're not amazing. Then you have maybe one or two songs are alright. And then you have trash, meaning that they're absolute trash.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the categories we're ranking them in. Without further ado, might as well just get right into it. First up, we're gonna do Big Time Rush. Honestly, I don't know. I'm gonna say fire. They're not God tier and they're not
I was thinking pretty solid because I don't want to listen to Big Time Rush all the time. They're so boy bandy that you have to be like, I'm gonna listen to Big Time Rush. If Big Time Rush comes on shuffle, it's gonna ruin my vibe. But I do love the boy band sound for when I want the boy band sound.
Their last album was disappointing. But their second album, that album is so good, it is not even funny. So I'll put them in pretty solid. I'd agree with that because I don't really like their last album, so. Okay. Listen, okay, next up we have One Direction. That's going in superior.
They just are.
They have to go in superior. It's like there's no other place for them to be.
They started pretty generic boy band sounding, but with every album, they were like exploring different genres.
They said
and
level
just
up.
making like the most fire music ever.
So good.
So yeah, superior obviously. Like I don't even know what to say about it.
So next one is Why Don't We? I feel so many things about Why Don't We.
Why Don't We, out of everyone on this list, has the highest of highs and the lowest of lows.
Like
I can say good things, really, really good things, and I can say just really, really
like
good things.
Part of me is like fire, and part of me is like absolute trash.
No disrespect to any of these boy bands, you're famous for a reason. You're
For
all
sure.
cool, like so talented. It's also hard because I'm like maybe pretty solid, but it's like Big Time Rush is there, so you have
Part
to
of me wants to
compare
put me
them.
in
Me too.
because their music is like just what came out in like 2019 is good.
Yeah.
Everything else,
But like 2019, like are really good.
But then everything else, in my opinion, is like terrible. It is not good at all. And on top of it, they have like too many scandals. I don't know them as people, so everything we see on the internet could obviously be false. But like, it makes me feel not good about putting them any higher than
I would agree.
Okay.
Definitely aren't trash, but I mean, if Big Time Rush isn't pretty solid, then
Yeah, I know.
it is what it is.
BTS. Listen, if you asked us weeks ago, I wouldn't have put them in trash because I know they're talented, period. But I would have put them in because I thought that I wasn't going to be into it. I didn't know them. I just knew everyone's obsessed. They're like on fire right now. Everywhere loves BTS.
It's so famous.
After reacting to BTS and listening to their music, I'm realizing their older stuff, I agree, is not really for me. But their whole new album, Map of the Soul 7, put them in fire because they're legitimately on fire across the whole
100%.
world.
I don't think they could go anywhere else. I don't think we're like familiar enough with them to move them to superior.
No, we're for sure not.
So I think fire is the absolute highest we can go, and they deserve to be there 100%.
From what we've seen, they do
Zero
so
shade at
much.
all. Zero
No.
shade for not putting them in superior. We
We
don't know them enough.
We literally have like 2 weeks of
But I
knowledge.
think of all these bands that we're looking at, they like impressed me the most. Well,
Yes.
I mean, we'll own up to it. For a long time, I just was like, okay, BTS.
Yeah, like they weren't
okay.
for me. I just thought they weren't for me.
But also, it's like they were so famous.
We didn't
You know what I mean?
understand the hype. We now are getting it.
We saw a live performance and we were like, fire.
What happens on this stage?
So talented. They're
They
going
go
to
in
fire.
Yeah. Next is New Hope Club. I want to stick New Hope Club in I think they go in Crazy, you know that song slaps. Medicine.
Permission.
We don't even need to talk about it. It's so good. Other than that,
I've met New Hope Club. They're all nice. Except you, 𝗁𝗶𝘁. But, you know, they're doing what they're doing. They're all really talented. I would say just because they're not doing anything crazy.
they're not up to caliber.
I was like a stanny. I wish they were doing more. I feel like all the music they're making sounds like generally the same, and they've been putting
That's
out
fair.
music years apart. I'd like to see them make some changes. So I think they live at
Why Don't We is in on the verge of like kissing pretty solid, but New Hope Club is in on like the verge of kissing trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't think they're like ass. This is a ranking of just these 10.
Yeah.
Like, I would say New Hope Club's more talented.
That's not nice.
Doesn't come near like ask this is the ranking of justice.
Okay. Next is in real life.
R.I.P.
I think they go in fire. They're so fire and flavorful, I love it.
They are problematic though.
They're better than Big Time Rush.
I would agree.
So I think they go in fire.
I would say that's fine. Behind BTS. Also, they don't exist anymore. It's really sad. I think they belong in fire. They have bangers.
So many good songs.
We didn't know.
We didn't know.
I wish I saw them live.
I'm like depressed we can never see them now.
No.
Ugh. 𝘗𝗶𝘁𝗵. I feel very strongly about this. They need to go in trash. And this might be a biased opinion on my behalf. And this is no offense because I don't really listen to their music, but the songs that I've heard them either feature on or like the songs I have heard, they bump. But I've heard too many of my friends tell me stories about them meeting them and they're like terrible people.
That's so sad.
Yeah, and so that makes me not like them for like an own personal vendetta. I have nothing against their talent, but I can't put them any higher than trash because
these are our personal opinions
from what we know
based
right
on
now.
What we know
Currently.
And
this could change because we didn't like BTS and
we didn't like BTS 2 weeks ago. We didn't like In Real Life until
we didn't like Why Don't We until like the end of 2019. Like these are all things that like are new developments, and look how high BTS and In Real Life are on our list. So if there's something about 𝘗𝗶𝘁𝗵 we need to know that we're missing or we're not getting the full story,
let us know. We're very open-minded.
Yeah, for sure.
So pretty much.
I want to put them in superior.
Here's the thing about pretty much.
Music-wise, like producing and touring, no one's doing it like
That's what I was gonna say.
Like end of story, no one is doing it like that. They're choreographing their whole tour. Like I don't know anyone else who's doing that.
Talented,
and no disrespect to 1D, but pretty much are so superior, dude. Like their music is superior. They're like everything.
Pretty much are just so questionable as people, especially right now. I don't know what's going on while we're filming this.
Yeah.
Well, when this is posted, who knows what will have gone in that time with any of these.
But we love pretty much as this current moment.
I think they're the most talented band on this list as a whole.
Yeah, like overall. And that's all I have to say about pretty much, like, end of story. Next is the Vamps. Now, this is where Tady's gonna have to take the lead. Tady has personal feelings about the Vamps. I don't mind the Vamps. To me, they go somewhere between and pretty solid. Pretty solid, I think, is like the highest they can go.
I was a Vamp stanny starting, I don't know what, the fans used to be called Vampettes, but I think it changed. I started liking the Vamps in 2013 before their first album came out. I was the biggest Vamp stan ever. And I met Brad last year after I had not stanned them for like 5 years, and I cried in his face. So that's embarrassing for me. But this might, fire some people up. The Vamps is like Brad and Co. Anyone can play instruments.
Tady's making controversial comments.
It's my personal opinion. I love Connor, but
Connor Ball.
How much are like Connor and James really adding to vocals? Like it really just seems like Brad and Co. Like I think Brad deserves to be in fire, in my personal opinion. But as a band, I think they're pretty solid.
Lastly,
whoa, it's lined up perfectly.
Lastly is the Wanted.
First of all, we didn't mean to do this, to have 2 in each category. I didn't think it was gonna look like this, but let's just start this whole thing like that.
Do they have 3 songs that are good? Yes. Do they exist anymore? No. Did they beef with one of the bands in Superior? Yes. So do I dislike the Wanted? Yeah. That is the most fire list I've ever seen. Why is it 2, 2, and 2, and 2?
Dude, it's so beautiful. First of all, the Wanted is Nathan Sykes and Co. His voice is insane. He knows, which bothers me.
Again, disclaimer, these are all our own personal opinions based on the current thoughts at this moment. If you think Why Don't We needs to be higher and you think In Real Life needs to be in trash, or you think 𝘗𝗶𝘁𝗵 needs to be superior, you need to let us know why. I just think that's all we have to say.
That was a ride. I love how there's 2 in each category. That's so funny. We did not think about this before.
No,
at all.
I think that's all we have to say.
Like this video if you like this video. If you didn't like this video, like this video anyway. Comment below which one of these bands you loved the most or still stan the most. And tell us your least favorite. I would love to know. And tell us why, of course. Subscribe to our channel. We make so much boy band content.
If you want to see other content, also let us know that.
We've been getting a lot of suggestions recently, and we pretty much make videos about whatever you guys ask us to make. So if you suggest something, you'll see it.
And we'll see you next Monday.
Bye.
Bye.
Band you lug.
I made that category 4. Whatever you ask.
What am I saying?
I don't know.
But like I feel like Rhino is better than your whole club.
I don't know how to respond to that.
I'm Brad.
Carlos is
Carlos
so
is just
hot.
Carlos is just having babies in Hawaii.
It's gonna send the wanted, no one cares. No one's typing in the wanted looking for this video.
No.
What time is it?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. 2:30.
Not even good. Okay.
But yeah,